Hi, it's Juris and welcome to DooDroo Shop Talk, and this time we'll have something for iPad users. More specifically, this paper feel screen protector from company DooDroo. Company is located in Italy, prices will be in euros. We'll look at these products. Full disclosure, I was sent these products. I have not asked to say anything good or bad about them, so this will be my opinion. And because they were sent for me, we talked with the company and we'll get a little giveaway for you as well. So you'll have a chance to win one of these things, so stick around for that. And now a quick intro. Welcome to DooDroo Shop Talk, which is somewhat weekly web show where we do tips and tricks, tutorials, talks, which is longer type of podcast type of conversations, product reviews like these, and all sorts of DooDroo shop related jazz. So if it's something for you, then consider subscribing to the channel. And now back to review. I'm planning to do this video with like a little unboxing thing, and I'll try to stick that thing on my iPad because I find myself that's usually the most stressful thing. I mean, I haven't done it on an iPad, so this will be first time for me, but I've done it on phones and there's always some bubble, some annoying parts, some unclear instructions. So we'll do that, and later on I want to use it for some time because sometimes they interfere with screen kind of touch sensitivity or get scratched up. So I want to have a first impressions, see how it goes sticking it on, and then live with it for some time. That will be kind of end part of the video, and of course giveaway, so stick around. So here we have two versions. One is for iPad Pro 12.9 inch with home button, that would be my iPad, and we got one for my colleague, iPad 2018, and that's the one without home button. But I'll start with mine, I'll take the risk and see how it goes. And we have these things here, these are like silicone sleeves for Apple Pencil, and I've used that. I actually have one in here already, and it just slides on your pen, and it feels better than I would expect it to be. It's super nice to touch, and with my iPad it also fits this little sleeve. It doesn't close as flush anymore, but it still closes, and it's with my iPad. And I was pleasantly surprised how this little thing can feel that much nicer. So let's start with opening this thing up, which I am already failing at because there's a nice seal on it. So once it's open, there's a bunch of stuff. There's a thing to even out bubbles. There's two of them. And there's two of sort of degreasers and the duster things. There's a little drone instructions, but I also checked their webpage and they have really nice video how to install it, so I will follow that one. Here we have two screen protectors. Price on these vary depending on which type of iPad you have, from around 35 to 40 euros, and you get two of those things. So for iPad screen protectors, it's pretty reasonable. I have looked into them, but I never set my mind on one. I always wanted to try one, and now I have a chance. So we'll see how it goes. Let's start with one. And let's get my iPad out of the sleeve. Feels so fragile. Like I said, they have really nice video instructions on how to do it, so I'll do those because it's on the webpage, and I think it's easier than to follow drawing. First, we need to position this thing in place, and it has these stickers saying which is front and which is back. So we drop it on the iPad, and as shown on video, should be stick to the screen protector, iPad. That's why I have this harder surface here. And then open here, sticker goes on other end. And now the trick is to slide it over. That's a big and nice degreaser swab. Okay, and now the screen is on, and first impressions about installing it, it seemed way more easy on the video on their webpage. They have done it a bunch of times and it says it only takes 90 seconds. It took me around 20 minutes, but it's never easy. Either it be phone or whatever, it's always a bit of stress and aligning it and squeezing all the bubbles out. This is my best screen installation so far, almost symmetrical, so that's fine for me. And like I said, this is my best screen installation, so I guess the instructions work and you should follow the video. As for scratchiness, I can imagine this matte surface can sort of scratch, but it seems like it's one of those things like on matte, let's say backs of the phones, where you go over with something like a paper or something, you right away can see these marks, but it's also something that you can easily just clean off. But we'll see how it performs, let's say, next few weeks. And on one of forums I saw that some gentleman was using this type of screen protector, not this one, but this type, I don't know which one he was using, and it sort of with time ate off Apple Pencil's tip, but most of the comments were like, man, how crazy you go on that thing. Let's hear the sound. It's definitely somewhat paperish, or at least definitely more paperish than just screen. As for looking at screen, it looks a bit more different. It almost looks like those fake iPads that are displayed in some just displays, and it's not like a real picture, it looks like it's stick on. That's on the fun side. On kind of serious side, I also kind of like that it's not so shiny and reflective. We'll see how it will perform with all the multimedia, because this iPad for me, it's not just only for work and for drawing, it's also my kind of multimedia consumption device, so I watch YouTube and all that stuff. We'll see how that goes, and so far it looks alright. So let's take pencil, so it's real pencil on paper feel. The way it sounds more paperish, but that's not the biggest issue. It feels like a paper now more, that's fine. But my issue always been when you draw a longer line, your hand sort of tries to stick to the screen because it's so sort of shiny and glossy. When you draw a longer line, you get that bit where it sort of sticks to the screen and stucks, and you have to force it, and then the line goes a bit with the kink in it. This definitely feels better, and with the sound and with that little texture, you really get that paper feeling. I would say even the, what it's called, the tracing paper feeling. You can see where it's been pressed, but it doesn't look like it's scratched in. So I would say it's not more than just a regular screen. First impressions, it's really nice. We'll see how it goes in the next couple of weeks. Installing it's not as easy as shown on video, but it's doable, and instructions are pretty straightforward. So if you follow those, you'll get that thing on. I didn't have many bubbles left, maybe a few, maybe I left like a dust there or something. They also have these silicone sleeves for different type of iPad pencils, and they just feel nice. I thought that just a silly thing for people who wants to play with colors or color match today whatever feels. It's not soft, but it just feels nice to touch. I would recommend, if you're considering to get one of the screen protectors from DooDroo, I would also recommend to throw in one of these pen sleeves, because it's really nice little touch. On the second part of the video, I'll share my thoughts, what I think about it after using it, and also at the end there'll be giveaway, so stick around for that. At any part of the video, if you have anything to add or recommend, feel free to drop it down in the comment section. Maybe some tips and tricks if you know how to maintain these things, or any little tricks on how to make it easier to install these things. So please leave that in the comment section, and I will see if it fits in the sleeve. Is there any corners getting in the way or anything? Fits quite flush and nice, and pen still fits in the side, so I will not lose it, and it closes the same as it did before. You can see that there's a little bit of bump where the pen is, but it still functions, it's closed, screen is protected, as well as back is. And now it's future me, and I have been using this iPad with this screen protector for a good couple of weeks, and I'll tell my opinion now about what have happened, or basically what have not happened. And I'm really satisfied with this screen protector. It's been around 3 weeks, there's no signs of anything kind of unsticking from it. I've been using it in my cover, so that's been handy. Also, this little silicone sleeve has been really nice. It tends to slide a bit up the pen, but you can always manage it back. And like I mentioned, it's really nice to touch. It makes the pen more sort of grippy and just nice to feel it in the hand, a little bit softer. And like with all these products, it haven't gotten any way more like kind of nasty from fingers or anything. It's just as clean and as bright as it was, maybe because I keep it here next to iPad and it's always sort of protected, but I'm really happy with it. And when I just put the screen protector on, it looks like one of those fake phones or iPads that you have in the shop displays as just a model. Now I'm used to it and I actually like it. I use this iPad for like all my media consumption as well. So in the morning when I want to have my daily dose of YouTube with my morning coffee, and I had an issue where my ceiling lights would reflect off the screen, so you always have to sort of position and find a way where to put it so you can enjoy a better picture. The screen protector sort of deals with that reflectiveness, with that glare type of a thing. So that's actually nice, and it's a bit more subtle look to it. It's really, I don't know how close to like a paper it is, but it has some texture to it, and it's a bit like weird, and it weirds people out, and my colleague who tried it and I gave to some other people to try it, everyone says like, well, it's not like a paper, but it's definitely something. Like when you use Apple Pencil as pencil, then with that sound and everything and the texture, it kind of tricks your brain into that it's like kind of, I would say, soft pen on a paper feeling. I'm not sure how exactly paper-like, but it's something similar, and also depends what sort of pens and pencils and what sort of paper you use. For me, biggest issue always was when you try to draw like a longer lines and your hand sort of gets stuck to the screen, and with this it happens way less. You don't have that stickiness of the screen, and that's way nicer. And here you can hear what sound it makes. I'll put it closer to microphone. It makes this almost like cartoony sound of how things are written on paper. But really I enjoy the texture, and it's something what you get used to it, and it's really nice to work with. The sound is kind of a little gimmicky bonus, but maybe it works for some people. On a pencil tool, it really tricks your brain into feeling that it's something papery. And also the screen is now more subtle, so it's not so blasting white, and I don't need to adjust any settings or anything. So now it would be more towards this Kindle type of look for those people who remember those things. And once I got used to this texture and touching screen with it, kind of miss it on all my devices, because it's really a bit different experience. Have I lost any kind of touch sensitivity on the screen? It acts really the same. This is older model iPad, so I sometimes get the thing that screen doesn't respond to like zooming and moving around, and it's in Procreate, so I think it's something to do with Procreate itself dealing with iPad, with screen, with all the latency and delays and something, because it's sometimes it just gets stuck, nothing happens on the screen, then you wait a bit and it works as fine. And when I posted time-lapse video on Instagram how I set up the screen, many people kind of commented that does it scratch up, because they heard that these textured screens do scratch up, and so far I have not seen any major scratches or anything. Like if you look into it, you can see where the pen has been, but it's not like it's scratched up, and it's one of those situations which you can sort out with a little microfiber sort of cloth, or one of those things that you get with screen protectors or with sunglasses, and you just clean it and it kind of looks back to what it was. You can maybe see that there's some sort of marks where it's been drawn, but you really have to look for it, and I don't think it's an issue. It doesn't affect like brightness of a screen or anything. You don't see them when you use them. Like now I put a black background and I really have to pay attention to it, and it doesn't look like it's scratched. It's just some marks which most likely would come off with some microfiber. It has been only a few weeks when I use it, so 3 maybe 4 weeks, but I have no issues with it. If you watch this video in the future after it's posted, let's say half year or year later, you maybe want to check notes, so if there will be any issues, or it will become bad, or it will unstick, or there will become time to change it, then I'll put that in notes. For the price, you get 2 of those screen protectors, and price is reasonable. It varies a little bit from model to model, which size of iPad you have and which year iPad. Does it have the button and the fingerprint thing? Prices vary a little bit, but you get 2 of screen protectors in a pack. They are around 35-40 euros, and that's a reasonable price for any screen protector. So for those who wonder about this particular brand, it's so far so good. I'm really satisfied, and I'm glad I finally have some sort of screen protector, and it's really nice to work with it. It's nice to touch, it does the funny sound, and my hand doesn't stick to it. And for that price, I would say 2 screen protectors, even if you have to change them both in 1 year's time, it's still not bad price. So I'm really happy with the product. I'm really happy with this silicone skin. It's really nice for a pen. It makes it happy color. And for those who still designing on a paper and they say it's not the same thing, then maybe if not yourself, but you can get someone like your colleague or somebody who had this thing and try it. It's really different experience from just an iPad screen. It is closer to paper. I wouldn't say that it's paper as paper itself. Still, it really makes it really nicer to touch, really nicer to work with. So maybe it's a new experience, and maybe it will make to change your mind, let's say. And now the giveaway will be from the company themselves. But what we'll do, we'll put top comment under the video, and in that comment we will ask you why would you want to try, or maybe you already using these paper feeling type of screen protectors. Name what size and iPad model do you have, and also leave your Instagram handle, and don't forget to follow brand itself. And at this giveaway, one of you commenters will get this DooDroo paper feeling screen protector. So leave your Instagram handle down below, follow the brand, and let us know what model of iPad you have and what you see as the main reason or benefit of having this type of screen protector. As the brand itself promotes it, it's paper feeling, yet there are many other reasons from just the feeling of paper. And like always, check all the links, check descriptions, leave your thoughts and recommendations in the comment section, press like on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow the brand, check all the other stuff that's in the description, playlists, other links, and see you in the future episodes. Thanks for watching, bye!